Hi everyone, how's it going? It's me, Telethon here, and I got two very special guests today. Today we have,
Onenappyninja.
An AvariceShadow.
and we're going to be talking about Tekken. So, let's get into it. But before we do, I actually want to tell one funny story. What was your older name?
My older name before I went Onenappyninja, the esports name.
Before
the
the
esports name. Everyone should know me in the Toronto scene as Shiny Negro.
Yes. And I just want to tell that one Canada Cup story where they butchered his name in the most hilarious way. So, do you mind telling that story? Because, I'm white.
So what was it? It was the first Canada Cup, right? Like when they moved over here to Toronto.
Yes.
And for top 8 for tag 2, it was like Russell kind of like just grabbed me. He's like, "Hey, you want to do commentary?" He's like, "Yo, we need somebody." He's like, "Okay, sure." So when I got on commentary, I didn't get a chance to tell Bifuteki what my name was. So he just heard me introduce myself on the stream and kind of just wrote down what he thought he heard. And the best was that Russell was just like, "Yeah, I'm Neil Russell, and I'm joined by," and I'm like, "Oh, Shining Negro." And he's like, "I can't say it." He said, I didn't say anything. And I'm like, all right.
Oh, I was talking about more when they butchered your name.
Oh, no, then that's why he butchered it. And then it's like, when you look at the name, it's Shining with 2 N's. And it's like, Shinning? Like,
Shinning.
Shinning?
And I'm like, out of everything to misspell at that moment, that...
I still think that's maybe an American thing, because it happened to me.
What do you mean it's an American?
I'm telling you, I've had this situation happen multiple times.
Oh my god!
That the shining part gets 2 N's.
It's crazy.
No, I swear to God they wrote a Y or something. I swear to God I saw a Y or something, but... Sorry, I just wanted to tell that story quickly. So, let's talk about Tekken 7 DLC pack, and we currently got Negan and Julia. And let's talk a little bit about Julia first. What are your guys' initial thoughts on Julia?
Well, I played her a little bit today, actually. I have to say, she feels like she fits in this game really well.
Mm-hmm.
I find that from what I've played, a lot of her tools translate well into Tekken 7 system, like the movement system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think she'll be decent. It's too soon to like give that 100%.
Well, you know when a character feels good. Because I think that's important, right?
That's true.
One thing that does feel good is that her damage is...
Oh,
like,
yes. Yes. I saw those Twitter comments.
those Twitter comments, I'm just seeing like Fergus, all these guys are like posting so much stuff, and it's just like...
Oh yeah, that one wall carry combo where it was like screen to screen, and it's like, did she really need that?
That was ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. And that gets to the wall. You still got the wall combo afterwards.
Nina who? No, but I do find it amusing because even though Armor King's base tools, like I'll just say Armor King and Anna, for example, even though they had decent base tools, I don't think they fully mesh in with the system properly. Anna's one of the worst examples of it because a lot of her tools actually can't stop movement properly because movement was a little more gimped in tag.
Yeah.
And with Armor King, it's like a lot of his scarier tools are a little more linear. So with a good KDB, you can get out of quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
But it's really good to hear Julia just doing so well like that. And I think the funniest thing I ended up hearing about Julia is they made in a commentary that she never was really that fun of a character before, like during 3, 4, 5, whichever. So
yeah, like I never played her back when I started playing Tekken, and now when I look at her, I'm like, she looks fun to actually play.
Her character's a lot more
fluid,
but I would say it's more, it attracts a bigger audience towards the character, towards playing the character. It's like, oh, this character looks cool, I want to play them, right? Gameplay wise, I say that I played her in Tag 2 for a little bit. I hated that character because
I never found her fun. She felt very stiff to me in that game.
Maybe linear as well in her game plan.
Yeah, I'd agree. She felt somewhat linear, especially with what she wanted to do, because mostly it was that elbow. It was a really good elbow.
Very good.
It was like 11 frames, I think.
I would argue that
unparryable, and it's like you can abuse that.
Asuka players love it. Anyway,
I would argue that she is more of a chaotic character than
Chaotic.
a leader. Yeah,
Chaotic.
like
trickster character,
Yes,
like
yeah.
Ling. Oh yeah, so
not quite into that territory, but
No.
yeah, she has
Char-
her own stuff like that.
characters who pull off very tricky stuff to deal with,
Yeah.
sort of like Ling, Yoshi, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Oh, that's actually really interesting considering she was very direct and to the point in other games.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Julia?
From all the stuff that I'm seeing right now, is that her like wall setups and whatnot with the war drum, she looks like she can use more of her moveset now than she used to.
Yeah,
From what I'm seeing.
I heard they ended up making her hop kicks minus 16 now instead of it was minus 20 before.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
they
it's still launch punishable, but
Not that bad.
it's not that bad anymore. But I thought it was not launch punishable anymore.
Could be wrong with
But
that,
yeah.
but I heard
Yeah.
minus 16.
But yeah, test that.
Well, character's only been out for a bit. So, Negan. And I'm going to tell a funny story about Negan because I remember during some of the character reveals, I think it was during EVO, someone said as a joke, hey, wouldn't it be funny if they put Negan from The Walking Dead in?
And then like Harada just kind of like said, he's too weak, huh?
No, and it's just like, oh, I don't know how we'll do that, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people were like, yeah, Negan from The Walking Dead. And they really got into that joke.
Mm-hmm.
And here he is.
So he looks pretty interesting. I'm not sure what to think of him yet.
I did lab him a tiny bit. From what I've seen, he has really good counter hits. Like-
That's gonna be scary.
Yeah, and on top of that, he has like really good damage. I was actually surprised. I thought he'd have a little more range because of that.
Yeah.
But he actually has around like standard range, like Harong type range.
Interesting.
So what are your guys' initial thoughts on Negan?
Well, my only thoughts are based on what I've seen since I watched Speed Kicks play him this morning, actually. And he's very strange. He doesn't look like a Tekken character in terms of his moves. So it's really hard to tell like what he's actually trying to do.
Kind of a little Soul Calibur-ish, right?
A little bit, yeah.
He's got a lot of lows actually that are
Good.
Different.
Exactly.
Actually
They're
really
good lows.
But he doesn't have one like he doesn't have like a hell sweep or a snake
Yeah,
edge,
like
right?
one
But
thing to make you really, really scared.
yeah, he's kind of like Kazumi in a way. He's got a lot of strong mids with like good situational lows.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily agree having like a hell sweep is a good low. What's a Dragunov down 2 is actually a very good low.
Yeah.
But
It's a good
it's not good in the sense like it's good if it counter hits you, he gets like +9. He does have one low if it counter hits you, it actually puts you directly in a side turn. He has a few other that has on counter hit toe stomp animation. So they'll actually pick their foot up, which usually that's around +9 half the time.
Oh, okay.
So usually like that's really good. And then a few other ones that go into stance.
Mm-hmm. And that stance is interesting.
From what I've seen mostly, it's mostly combo filler. Why that stance is used.
Mm.
But it also looks decent for Okazemi as well.
He has that one where he does the unblockable grab,
Yes.
which looks like it could be interesting to use at the wall, like trying
And a
to
wall
keep-
splats.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
wall splats, wall breaks.
So it's very similar to Kazumi's.
That sounds powerful.
yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry.
Should we mention Negan's down forward 1? Why does it look like Steve's back 1? It looks like a high.
I just think that's a thing in Tekken where there's a lot of moves that look like they should be one way, but they're not.
I think he's taller than Steve, and his hand swings higher. Like, just that just gets to me.
Oh, no. The animation is he kind of lifts it up like a little bit of an uppercut. Like, I don't know who had this animation.
That kind of animation.
You can't see.
That's kind of. I think it's a geese maybe.
Geese it looks like Geese down forward 1, except it travels a bit more.
I'll have to see it some more.
So, let's talk about the, have you guys seen The Walking Dead, actually?
I've never seen a single episode of it.
God damn it. Have you seen an episode, Mason?
I have never seen one.
Oh, okay.
Before, when they announced Negan, I gave like a look back. Like, you know, people do compilations of like, you know, comics towards the AMC show. And it's just like getting to understand where Negan's from, what he's about. So I understand the character.
If you've actually seen the show, it's like, he's an asshole. I've actually watched it until like season 8, and then I kind of dove off a bit about it. But I think
He seems like the asshole that like he knows that shit has to get done.
Exactly.
And it's like, if you guys are not gonna get this thing done, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take over this thing.
And he's the first thing closest to like a supervillain in the series because during the 7 or so seasons of the show, no one actually was able to stop the group until Negan came by. And they actually like went through a lot of stuff. Like they went through shelters that got blown up, safety zones that ended up becoming overrun by hordes, a whole bunch of other things. It was actually pretty interesting to see how the show developed.
You know, one of my favorite things was like listening to it. Like in the comics, he actually went into like one of those like infested like when he's about to take over the group.
Yeah.
Like just before like his like thing that like showed how powerful he is. He took on like what hundreds of like zombies by himself and whatnot. It was like this guy sounds ridiculous.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, maybe he does deserve a spot in Tekken. Like what?
Yes.
He's taking out dozens of guys by himself.
By himself. It was ridiculous. So I'm like, really? I'm like, maybe I should watch this.
So, I am going to talk about a controversial moment in the show, which actually sparked a really bad joke. So, a fan favorite in the show ended up getting his head bashed in by Negan. Because Negan ended up saying, you know what, you guys screwed with me, so now I'm going to just basically, like...
Oh, I heard about this.
Knock your brains out. And that's the whole, taking it like a champ! So
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
No surprise. Holy shoot.
I'm going to see if I can go into voice acting at some point.
All right.
But, so he basically, that was the whole scene in the trailer where all the Tekken characters were just sitting down.
Yeah.
I watched a side-by-side comparison.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really funny.
So Glenn was actually like one of the most prominent members, and he was actually a Korean. So what ends up happening is he had his head bashed in, and someone ended up saying, looks like Negan's going to 10-0 most Koreans. And
and then you see now he is taking the name Negan.
Negan!
Yeah, he's taking the name Negan.
Negan! Oh, Lord! Oh my god, that's amazing. That is so absolutely amazing. Did he actually?
He's
entering tournaments as
No,
Negan.
he's not. I don't think he's taking on that persona because now he's learning Negan and he's gonna be playing him for I don't know how long.
And Negan's actually got a really good knee attack.
I did remember reading that in one of Neat's interviews that he really likes the crazy kind of characters. So I can see him pulling that out.
Yeah, Brian, Deviljin.
Yeah, he loves like the crazy kind of maniac characters. So he's definitely gonna bring out a Negan.
And I think it's funny because he also ended up naming his bat Lucille, which was named after his dead wife. But I think it gets a little disturbing at points because then you hear like, "Damn, Lucille's a vampire bat." That was so bad. That was. Funimation's not gonna hire me now. But no, but I think it's funny. It's like, what did he think of his wife at that minute, calling his bat a vampire bat?
Wait, because he said that because she likes blood, that she must be a vampire bat.
Yes.
I think that was what he said, but I can't remember.
I'm just kind of surprised we're not seeing some other cameos like from like Michonne. Funny enough, I actually met the actress Dana Giri.
Okay.
So for those who don't know, she was also she's the main character Michonne, and she was in Black Panther as one of the guards. The one who did the wig toss, like she was in the fight and then she just tossed her wig. I don't care, that was like the most amazing fighting scene I've ever seen. It's just like she tosses her wig at some guy and then like he falls off right off the balcony. But yeah, I actually met her. It was actually really cool, but it was only like for 3 minutes. I waved and she waved back. It was cool. Okay, sorry. Getting sidetracked. I'm actually surprised we're not seeing other cameos from characters.
Like in the background?
Yeah, like from the series. It seems to be a lot of characters, like just random characters to that.
Like random characters to his group and whatnot.
Yeah. So do you guys think there should have been like a cameo or something? Just like more of a nod in?
See, now with that level, who would you expect to see there? Because then you would expect maybe those characters are like underneath, tied up and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Like
that would be kind of fun to see, like characters
that
tied
would be
up in the background.
Fun nod in, right?
Like, that'd be wild.
I know the Noctis stage has his friends in the background.
Yeah.
They're cheering him on or whatever, right? So I think that'd be cool.
I'm still sad that like Sid, she doesn't look at you. She like looks off to the side, like she's not even cheering. She's like, I don't even want it. Like, you guys not bringing your car in here.
Yeah.
You guys are just fighting in front of my shop. I don't care about this. She's like, I'm gonna look over this way.
But you guys.
You're scaring. Oh god, I forgot the name of those bird things.
The
The chocobos.
Chocobos, yeah. You're scaring the chocobos. Stop it. Oh. I don't know why that reminded me of that sheep stage in Tekken 6 and how bad I want that sheep stage back. Do you guys remember?
Sheep stage? Yeah, I remember that.
The one with the bad yodeling, and it's like yodeling.
The yodeling was hype. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, yodeling was good.
Like, you know it was, but like when you knock the sheep and they start buying.
Yeah, they start buying and they're bouncing all over the place.
Man, I want more fun stages like that.
They had the pig one too. Was the Asia stage? They had pigs, and then you could.
Oh yeah,
pigs,
yeah.
And they'd start squealing.
They also had the tomato stage, where all people just throwing tomatoes at you. It's like, yo,
oh, so good.
But Tekken 6 had some kill stages.
It did.
But let's also talk about some of the trailers that went with it. And one of the things that cracked me up was you see Negan, and he ends up going, "Don't ask me for shit."
That was really funny.
Master Raven was just trying to get some information. It's just like, so it's like, so what's going on with the Zaibatsu and G-Core? It's like, come on, like, damn, for shit. It's like, oh man.
Actually, Mason, do you mind telling that story where "Don't ask me for shit" originated from? Do you remember that or no?
I think it started with the Buff Lars memes.
Oh god, yes.
Yeah, so
you had it good for long enough. Fuck you.
And they had it good for 5 days. I don't know what you're talking about. What was it? Dynamic entry 1-2.
Oh my god.
For 5 days, every Lars player.
You know what's the thing? I'd always piss Lars players off because I'd always push myself back to the middle of his screen, and I'd wait there, and I'm like, I know what you fuckers are gonna do. No.
Oh, it was a 12-frame Punisher. I remember that.
12-frame? It was wall bounds from like mid-screen. Oh god.
But during that week, I actually fought Dingus in tournament.
Yeah.
And he's a Lars player in Toronto scene. Mm-hmm. He looks at me, he's like, I'm not gonna do Dynamic 1-2. I know it's gonna be gone. Yeah. And he already knew as a Lars player, he's like, this is too good for us.
Yeah, I'd be looking for every single with a jab.
With a jab, it's like, boom, boom, you're done. Like, never. I was like, respectable. I know you're not, because immediately, it wasn't even 1 full week. It was just like, no, Lars players, you guys had a taste of it.
The funny thing though is that during that week, you go and rank bare Lars players. I was a Lars player since TT2. Like, everyone just comes out of nowhere.
I've been a Lars player since Tekken 4. Like, what do you mean? Wait, hold on.
You know what's sad? I actually believe someone would say that. Though. I've been playing Lars since T4. Well, there were characters as busted as Lars in T4, though. But we're not getting into T4 because that's going to be an hour. But let's finish off the story quickly about the "Don't ask me for shit."
Okay, so it originally started with this forum post where this one dude on Tekken Zaibatsu.
There was actually a lot of videos, so if you actually take the time, you can find a lot of videos. It's like Lars calls her on, he's like, I need some buff stat. It's like, shut up, you little emo bitch, and he clicks the phone on him. Oh, that was so good. Okay, but continue, sorry.
So this person, they made a post and they were saying, why is Lily like a certain way or whatever? She should get more buffs. She should be something like Jin. I remember I was in that thread and I said, oh, they're two different characters, da-da-da-da-da. And eventually, Lars came into the picture. And then someone said, but Lars is such a weak character. He needs buffs, right? And that was when it all started. Everyone just started going ham. It was just meme city. Like, there was this one meme.
Full of videos.
Where Paul whipped the dead fist, and then Lars went for up forward 3, and the caption was like, I will up forward 3 into the heavens of top tier. I just lost it. And then it got to the point where like the
people got ridiculous with it, yeah.
The fan base was starting to ask Harada, like, we need buffs for this character. This character's too weak. Arc Blast is -14. What the hell? Like, we need buffs. And like Hirata, like, he got so angry at that point. He was like, "Don't ask me for shit."
He wore a T-shirt. He actually no, because it was also getting bad because people were asking for characters back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's when the Nina and Anna players got really annoying. I was one of them. But and no, but it was true. Every time you went on a stream, you just seen like, "Where's Nina? Where's Nina?" And like you'd literally see like 17 comments of that. And it's like, here's some great level action with me and Saint. Where's Nina? God damn it! I don't care about Forward 1 the character. Where's Nina? No, it's true. You guys remember how bad that got, right?
It got pretty
It was pretty bad because like a new character would come out and be like, okay,
but where's Nina?
These came out. Where's Nina? Where's Hannah? Where's Anna?
Where's Anna?
All right, Noctis. We got Noctis coming out next week.
Anna?
Where's Anna though?
To this day, you can still hear the Zafina players crying as well.
No, the Zaf players like slowly. I think Zafina players like slowly accept their fate because like every time I went into ranked with tag with Zaf, no, people didn't like me. I played Zaf and Lily, and they were like, "You piece of shit! How dare you? How dare you? I bet you'd sell your mother's like organs on the black market. How dare you?" Like, those were the reactions I got though.
You know, there was a time I played Lily Bruce. And I think like everyone in Toronto's got like a Lily at the time. And I played Lily Bruce online. People would body my Lily, but then I would tag out Bruce and then I would kill them with Bruce, right? You know, back to all the Bruce stuff.
Yeah.
I would get hate messages being like, "Fuck your Lily." I'm like, dude, you killed my Lily. What do you mean? I gotta tag her out. What do you mean? Fuck your Lily. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, I think they just saw the Lily and just like
immediately hate. I'm like,
oh my god, no. Do you know what's... Okay, what was that, what I called your team again? The rapper and his girlfriend?
Yeah, the rapper and his girlfriend. I was like, that's why he came in. He came at the rage. 1 back 2. Oh my goodness, you're done.
Black 2.
Black 2. Black 2.
Oh my god, I remember that. Now Josie doesn't have that anymore. You know what's funny? Josie got like more annoying tools than back 2. Like I actually miss back 2. I'm like, stop crushing my mids and eyes.
That's the thing. Josie, like, everyone's like Bruce. They're like, yo, I hate back 2. I hate back 2. They don't say anything else. Josie, they're like, I just hate. She just got a counter hit. Yeah, they don't say a specific move. They're like, I hate Josie. But they're like, I hate Bruce. They're like, I hate back 2. They immediately, it triggers them.
I hate a forward 3.
Up forward 3 to butterfly
I
edge.
hate that move.
Oh, man.
That crushes moves that should not be crushed. That's why it pisses me off. I'm like, I'm gonna do Ivory Cutter. This beats everything in a game. Gets hit with up forward 3, and I'm just. Alright, so we got off on a bit of a tangent there.
That's what happens when you do Tekken.
Yes, we're very passionate about the game. So let's talk about some of the guest characters and how well they were implemented, such as Kuma, Geese, even Noctis to a degree. Mm-hmm. So, Akuma, what were some of your initial reactions when Kuma was released?
Oh my gosh. The first time I ever got to fight in Akuma was Punko.
Yeah?
Punko when like that broken ass Akuma with the high damage,
oh my god,
the full like stand combos, and then
and he had death combos.
He had death combos. You can't get him to keep nerfing the death combos, and he's still just like he needs way more. Like it's more situational. It's more situational to actually get the death combo now. Before it was like, this is easy mode.
I remember before I would go on Punko stream and I'd see him practicing death combos. That would be the only thing he'd practice over and over and over.
It was ridiculous. But yeah, that Canada Cup, it was just like when he came. Oh, that was
also his front flip was really busted that game.
You couldn't step a lot of the options, even though you should have been able to.
No, trying to hit him because it actually went over like Magic 4s and stuff like that. Do you remember that or no?
Yeah, it still goes. It still goes over
if
that.
If you time it correctly, you can actually always beat it out now.
I disagree with challenging it with an attack like that.
It's better to like move. I had to say.
Move and get hit by the Tatsu would be way more safer than just actually trying to, because he can delay his timing.
Yeah,
that's when I'm a prick and I do Matterhorn. It works as an anti-air. It does because she goes.
That's good. That's actually a good one to use.
Like, no, every character has like specific moves that are actually really good for stuff like that. Lily's was like Matterhorn. Like I think if she's lucky, she might get a combo, but usually no.
It's just like
at least it beats it clean, right? Yeah, but Death Combo. Oh god, I remember that one. Canada Cup. That's when Steve and How Wrong were broken. Brian was a 3-move character. Do you remember that?
Well, that back one.
Quarter circle back 3 counter at launch.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The spinning launcher.
The backflip one?
No,
the back.
they kind of like
The low kick and yeah.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah.
So he needed like 3 moves to win. I remember that. Actually, I will give Russell props. He did very well against Punko.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god, do you remember Karen or no?
Yeah,
of course.
Go back to Street Fighter, you fucking scrub! Yeah, we don't want you here!
I remember when I was playing Punko on stage and I was hearing her yell, I was like, oh my god. Like, I started smiling because of how much smack she was talking.
Do you remember my face? I turned around and I was like, ma'am!
Oh my gosh. That's the scene. The scene of support. If you look back at those pictures, they're so hyped to look at. Because everyone is yelling at the top of the logs and everything. Oh my god! I still remember your match where like you had the guy. It was like 10 seconds left.
Oh my god!
We're yelling, "Yo, time him out! Time him out!"
I heard it and started backlash.
Oh, we were dying. If you listen back at that one, you can hear me and Karen laughing.
I heard it.
The moment it was like, "Yo, time out!" It was like, "Yo, him dying!" Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Right. Yeah, but Akuma, I think he was actually done really well.
He transitioned really well.
Yes.
Like, if you were a Street Fighter player, it's like, oh, this makes sense. What the hell? Like, I can actually play him like
a Street
Fighter 4. 4 specifically, not
4,
5.
yeah.
We have to be careful.
Like, the better version. The better version.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I think it's still the better version. No, 4 was the best version, I think.
It's a mixture.
I was going to say Third Strike, but no, I'm like, no, it's 4. It's 4.
Just make it clear that it's 4, not 5, because... You know,
we are not advocates of SF5.
But yeah, like after the adjustments that he had, he fit way better, and like even though he's not,
he didn't kill you in one hit. Of course, he fit better. Of course, I didn't die from a random down 3. This game's kind of good now.
He's still in Tekken, but he still has his own things that make him feel Street Fighter, especially how his down 3 is a combo starter.
Yeah.
Which annoys the hell out of a lot of people, but like that's Street Fighter.
I think what's annoying with me is it hits grounded.
Oh yeah,
that's the part that annoys me.
That's obnoxious. And then the fireball on top is like you get hit grounded too. It's like what the hell is this?
Fireball hits you grounded.
If you move,
if you roll,
if you move at all, it touches you.
Yeah, like when you move on the ground, your hitbox becomes huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a meaty fireball just hits you. It's just nuts.
Yeah, but I think he was actually put in quite well. And then Geese. I actually played KOF 14. I've played a little bit of KOF. I think it's funny because the first time I played Geese, they had no idea about max mode stuff, and I was doing all this max mode things, and they were like, "What is happening? How did he make that like random move like into a full launcher and +2 on block?"
Mm-hmm. I like the way that they brought Geese as well. Like he
fits extremely well in the Tekken system, which is very shocking.
Yeah, he does.
Especially in a game like KOF, where KOF, compared to other 2D fighters, don't translate to other 2D fighters like well at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really funny that out of every game, it was Tekken that like, wow, this feels like actual Geese. And I'm like, oh wait, I'm playing 14. I'm randomly going to do this in the max mode halfway through a combo. Let's see how that works.
Yeah, give props to Namco actually for Akuma and Geese. Like,
yeah.
There's a lot of detail they put into that. And, like, to make them feel how they do in their original game, that is something.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like with like things from the KOF moveset, like CDs, normal cancels, like you can go into a command normal, like forward 1 after special cancelable attack or forward 3.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought that was done so incredibly well, except they had to bring back that old pretzel motion. Oh,
that's how you know they had
that motion.
Yeah, but that's KOF though.
Older KOF.
Older KOF, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hated doing pretzels.
Now, where did that wall jump come from?
Fatal Fury.
That's a Fatal Fury thing?
Fatal Fury also had like walls and ring outs for a 2D game.
That's weird.
It was It was one of the first fighting games SNK did, so you could actually like move back and front into the foreground. You can get rung out, and then you could even do specific jumps from walls on top of getting rung out.
See, no, that's really...
It was very interesting for its time, but it was like, I don't know, like 90... Yeah, it was like 1990 when the game first came out, I think.
I like the concept.
Yeah,
Look how far back they went to get something like that. It's like, yo, we need a wall jump move that. We need to
do the research.
do that.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of Fatal Fury stuff. Like, even one of his costumes was when he was a boss in Art of Fighting. Which, funny enough, he was only, like, appeared as a random boss in that game.
Oh, is that the one where he has the vest or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they actually put in, like, even for Akuma, like, Akuma Noctis, they put in so much detail into these characters.
Yeah.
And that's what's, I think, really interesting about the whole thing, because they're so like their actual versions, which you rarely ever see, like, implemented properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My favorite thing about Akuma is that you can FADC into shotgun.
Oh my god.
I'm
gonna DP in a plus on block, fuck you! I'm sorry, I still hate, like, dragon punches in Tekken. That still pisses me off to this day.
At least only the EX version has invincibility.
Yeah, thank god now.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I'm like, I don't have any safe jump setups. What are you guys doing? Let's talk about some of the newer stages that came with these characters. Akuma ended up having his Street Fighter 3 stage. That was the temple one.
Yeah.
I thought that was done so extremely well. Like, I actually felt like I was looking at a, like, fully detailed Street Fighter 3 stage.
Oh, yeah. Then, like, the music as well going along with it is also, like basically, like, remastered version of it. Like, it's, oh my gosh, it's so good.
It's fantastic.
And Geese Manor, which that stages leads to a lot of silly combos.
I really wish there was one less wall. Cause I really want to get to the soccer round.
You can never get there.
You can never get there. Well, you can, but like it's so much effort.
Yeah, you have to like be like, yo, I'm gonna hit you through this wall, and then just move every single time in the match. Yo, I want to
rage art randomly at this part.
But I have to say, like, that stage is really good. Like, when you get downstairs, it's just beautiful downstairs.
Yeah.
Like, cherry blossoms everywhere. Like,
which was also a Fatal Fury stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they actually put in, like, a lot of effort into these stages. Noctis' stage. We didn't talk about Noctis that much, but no one cares at this point.
I think Noctis did well. Like, he's very simple in his game plan. And I think for, like, fans of, like, who are coming in from, like, a Final Fantasy, having a character like that is, like, it's really good.
Yeah,
they actually made a lot of his buttons good for mashy scenarios.
Yeah, you can go in there and go 2-2-2 all day, but but then when you actually sit down, like, okay, let me play a little bit proper, he has the tools to play that game.
I do actually respect that. I would say he's a good beginner character.
Yeah, I would say that.
Dealing against him is a little different because I believe he's actually playing Soul Calibur in a Tekken game. Because I'm just doing this, I'm like, I'm just going to do, like, all these, like, big ranged moves and then throw off. And then I'm going to, like, make you think that it's weird to get in now. But
yeah, he is, like, one of the few characters that play that 2-3 range and, like, and it's comfortable.
Yes. Yeah, and also his stage. So what are your guys' thoughts on that stage?
I like the stage. It's the only thing that's, like, bad, I would say, about it is that you guys, like, when the round starts, you guys start at an angle, right? So if you get a combo, right, you're going to the wall, it's going to be a weird wall splat. And you're not really going to be able to maximize on that.
Which makes for some, like, interesting, like, at the beginning situations.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because then you're going to see people stepping, trying to, like, let me get that, like, that position. Like, no, I'm going to position you in that way. And it's like...
I remember when I would combo someone and try to get to the wall, I'd always end them at the corner for some reason. And I'm like, I don't want you right in the corner.
It's like, yeah, you're just short of it, right? And it's just like... I just put you in a corner and I didn't get a wall splat or anything. It's like
just like that weird corner, and I'm like, I didn't want this. What the hell?
Yeah, but I like the stage. I like the like time transition that it has with it as well.
Yeah.
Like as each round goes, it gets a little bit like like time just keeps going a little bit further.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want Sydney to look at me. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm doing all this work and she's not looking at me. It's kind of harsh.
I didn't do 7 electrics for nothing, you dumb bitch.
Not even a glance. Like I'm just looking out this way. I'm gonna.
Shorty plays hard to get, man.
Damn. So how hard are they? Like damn. What I gotta do?
Kind of wish it was like that old pool stage in T5 where you would just hit someone and they'd
Knock
fall
them in the
off.
pool.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was also in tag.
Yeah, the Fiji.
You actually, you actually won like a trophy for knocking someone into the pool.
Yes.
What did
Yeah.
they call it? What is it like?
I can't even remember.
Poolside meta? I don't know.
Poolside meta.
I like it.
Knock.
You're writing the trophy. If that's not the name of it, you're writing the trophies for the next Tekken.
Please do. So I think the last of the new stages to come out is Negan stage. With very well done stage.
I like it. I like the vibe it gives. Like, oh my gosh, you guys are just fighting here. It's a whole bunch of people. It's dark. Like, oh, it just speaks to me. Like,
Of course it speaks to happen. Of course. The edgelord himself.
Would you say that because you were an AvariceShadow? I need my own little drum set. Oh wait, I can actually edit in drums.
Yeah, of course.
You know what's funny? There was actually a few people doing other podcasts and stuff, and they would start adding like really cheesy effects to it.
Oh my gosh. I can imagine like laugh tracks and stuff.
Don't add laugh tracks. Here's the thing, if you're actually funny, people will laugh by themselves. I'm making my own sound effects with my body. Don't you come for me. Yeah. So
I haven't got to actually take a look at it yet. I haven't seen it like on my own screen. And it's like I haven't seen it, but in the trailers, like it has that like that vibe where it's like, yo, this is like a last battle kind of thing.
exactly.
yeah, it's like the stage too. It's actually one of the most iconic areas because so much things happen. Like the story just changes so much dynamically from The Walking Dead. From that, like they're sure they could have done other stages like the school, the prison, Alexandria, and whatever. But I think that one scene encapsulates it the most.
Like the name says it all. It's like the last day on Earth or something.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, they're zombies, but but one more thing. So, what do you think about the newer stages, which were just recolors from like old builds, and even the VR build?
Like those two, what was it? Jungle Outpost and what was it, Twilight?
Sure.
Oh no, Twilight Conflict.
There's three then.
And then so those two were like original Tekken 7.
Yeah, original
Yes.
T7.
Like those colors and whatnot, like the vibrant, like what, and then they changed the whole like contrast of it. I like how those ones look.
I do too. Yeah,
I think they also have new music.
they do. They
shit,
have,
yeah.
but it's only round 1. Round 2 goes to the
old version.
Normal
Yeah.
soundtrack. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go give them a look, listen to those. Like,
I switched them both to the round 1 because they all three of them. Sorry, they all sound really nice.
okay, all right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm excited to actually listen to those ones.
So, all of us have been playing Tekken since, well, we all met each other around Tag 2, right?
Yeah, I'll say that.
So I think the funny thing with this whole thing is we've seen Tekken 7 grow into this huge sort of esports monster.
It's actually quite surprising because I remember when Tag 2 was like in its last days and it was
my
like a
gosh.
struggle to get people to come out.
Remember how much shit we both talked to everyone?
I remember like we would start like, okay, man, this player's shit. I can beat him in the
Y'all
first time.
free!
Y'all free. And then people would start coming out like, what do you mean y'all free? Hold on, what are you talking about? I'll beat
Y'all free! Oh no, like you and I didn't know. I remember when I really got into it. It's like, y'all free and your mom is fucking ugly. What you gonna do, bitch? And then someone's like, my mom, what does she have to do with this? I'm gonna come over there and talk to you, mister.
I still have
It got bad. You guys remember?
I remember how bad it'll be one of those situations where people just came to like, oh, I have to see how this turns out afterwards. Like after someone get told that, people start rushing to like ANC and be like, yo, I have to see this match in person. And then I'll play some casuals as well, I guess. So since I'm already here. Oh,
That was fun.
I still have some of those first attends up on YouTube somewhere.
Nice.
Yes, which later on around the end of the podcast, I'm gonna ask for your guys' stuff. But yeah.
Okay.
So turned into this big sort of esports thing. We got a lot of older players coming back from T5 days as well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. seen like cooldowns come back and like
Mm-hmm.
win.
That's crazy. He just comes out of nowhere. What?
So I think this is the first 3D game in a long while to actually have like such a big pull. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like historically, 3D games haven't always had the most attention.
Yeah.
Right. So to see Tekken like this is just crazy to me.
I agree with that. Like, it has been steadily increasing every year. Like the amount of people coming in.
Yeah.
It's like usually the trend is like as the game gets older, people start slipping out,
Kind of
right?
dies down, but like like Tekken had the opposite effect, or just growing more and more.
Growing more and more, and it kind of like hopefully it goes that same route as like like the League of Legends and whatnot. Like more people see it, and like and just kind of get more people just getting into it.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Like just like have it get bigger and like more known. Oh my god.
So I think this is I want to say the 3rd in a row Evo at Tekken.
Yeah, they had the first year was the arcade still.
Yes.
And then 2 years since its release.
Which that's still pretty good for a game that's usually most games last like 1 year or 2 years comparatively. I think that same thing happened to I think Tekken 6 was 1 year because that was that one grand finals with Bob.
Let me tell you something.
Bob versus
Let me tell you, I have a confession.
Yes.
I fell asleep during that topic.
Oh.
I fell asleep during that topic. I was hyped for Street Fighter 4. I'm like, I'm like, tagging all of these Bob on the screen. I'm just like, man, this is so boring to watch.
That reminds me of that one tournament where it was like golf claps. And it's like, oh, Bob won.
oh, Lars. Oh, he won instead. Oh, no. Oh, and then the casual, like, the Law actually did something.
Law.
That was
oh my God, Miguel! No, but that's what happened. That's what happened.
Oh, man, I couldn't believe me falling asleep at that time and now being like a Tekken lag. I'm just like, I cannot like stop watching more. I gotta see every tournament. I gotta see. Before I was like, oh, well, yeah, Bob. Okay, all right, Bob.
I still think tag was that exciting. Like
tag was fun. No, tag was exciting to watch because people had some crazy tag.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like when you see someone pull off like something that's unknown to everybody, you just lose your mind.
I think one of my I forget who did it. I think it was Suiken. If he had like a lay filler combo where it wasn't actually a combo.
Oh,
but he reset it.
Oh my gosh! And then because he's doing like the string and stuff, it hides with the other characters.
Yeah, that one was wild. Like no one was doing that, but that was so sick. Like in the open, I'm like, because Lay didn't really have that good like combo fillers except for Wall. Wall he was really good at.
Yeah,
but dang, that was so sick for like the open grounds. Just like, okay, I'm gonna reset you and get another combo, get you to the wall, and then bound you again, and then get you. Oh, that was so sick.
I think that game rewarded like creative thinking really well, and also just team synergy in general. If you can have an idea of what you want to do with the team, you can pretty much make any team work. There's just so much stuff. I still feel like I haven't.
There's still more depth to the game.
Yeah, I still feel like there's so much I haven't learned to the game, even now.
It's funny because they even found like a weird Bob infinite in the game. Did you guys know about that?
No.
If he hits you with a bound in a certain way, so you know how you had that karate chop and it would actually lift you right up?
Like the generic karate chop? Yeah.
So if you actually did something in a specific way, he could actually come in and it'll just infinite you at that point.
Oh, the universal tag assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, the universal
But
one.
he won't actually tag out. I don't remember it. It was a weird glitch.
Interesting.
That game, even though it was really good for its time, it was very, very glitchy, which 7 mostly got rid of some of those issues.
Maybe mostly.
Were hop kicks randomly going under mids?
Wait, whose hop kick goes under mids?
Claudia.
I was saying, like, yeah, Claudio's got a little privilege there.
I think he's just designed.
Italian
I think
privilege. Italian privilege. Da! I like doing that and randomly just like yelling da during like whenever someone got it, like da! I mean, that's what most Italian people do. But anyways, God damn it, I'm getting so off topic right now. Esports, how it's actually getting so big lately. Any proper thoughts on that?
I still feel that Tekken still has not only room to grow, but like they need to emulate some of what the other companies are doing. I think like
I disagree.
There are some things that I feel that they should selling like packages that like fund the tour. I think that's actually I think that's a really good thing to actually. It's hard to get
more of the business.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
You saw how quick I was like, no!
Oh, you were so they can't see it. There was so much anger in the way you looked at me. I was like, hold on.
Around my chair, it's like, how dare you?
How dare you? Cut the bucket.
How dare you?
We're never seeing this guy.
Gonna put police sirens in the background just angrily. We've had it. Oh my god, I dropped my phone. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's get back to it.
Because I feel like tour-wise, I think they're like getting themselves like put together with the tournament, with like all the tournament scenes, all the local like with the actual grassroots scene. They're doing well, but when it comes to the actual getting the funding, prize pool and stuff like that, they still got ways to actually grow.
I want to agree, but Namco's been making a lot of money lately. I think you seem to like they have Dragon Ball Z fighters. They have Soul Calibur 6, which is actually doing very well. Tekken 7, Jump Force currently. We'll still put Jump Force, even though that game has issues of its own.
My favorite is just like the animations that have, I'm just going to move this axis up. I'm not even going to give you a special animation.
God damn it, now Namco's not going to sponsor me.
But tell it to Rangchu, right? You said Namco's making all that money? What happened to Rangchu?
Pokken too. I don't...
Pokken, those guys are not making anything either.
Yeah. Okay. Pokken, yeah, but I do think they're still making good amounts of money, especially with like all the DLC packs.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Also, I'm going to say one thing. I do appreciate how Tekken balances out their game lately, even though I do think Season 1 was a little bit of a shit show.
Season 1 was pretty well, but I think they did balance it in the right way.
They did. Remember Paul, he would just hit you, and you'd die?
Doesn't he still do that, but it's just a little bit harder?
Yeah.
No, less harder. Yeah, but I
just love that they keep giving Josie buffs. I'm just like, +5 standing? I'm like, alright, I'm liking this.
Nina too. I'm happy. Buff all the characters that need, but I don't know why King got a buff.
You know, because look at Armor King, man. He's coming in with all that damage. You gotta give King something.
Oh, man.
You gotta give the rival something.
That's true. I think we only talked like 3 minutes about actual like Evo stuff. No, but it's actually good that a 3D game's getting so well recognized and doing so well, and it's good for the whole scene because I do believe Toronto has a lot, like Canada in general. We have tons of talented Tekken players, but we don't actually have too many resources to actually go and travel as much. It's a lot harder for us. So it's pretty good that we'll have stuff like the Tekken World Tour coming in, stuff like that. So do you have any thoughts on stuff like that?
I think that like...
Prior to controversies, too. Well, I'm just going to mention that as well.
Okay. I think that like having the opportunity to showcase our skills and stuff like that will help put us on the map and be like, hey, okay, these guys can play the game, right? They can compete with us. Just that alone will bring more attention to Canada, and with that, like, we get more attention from Namco and like all that stuff. So I think it's just a room for growth. Like, it just helps us grow.
I feel one thing that the Canadian scene doesn't push themselves out as much as they should.
That's true.
Like, Canadian players don't stream as often as like the American players. Like, they don't post as much as the American players. Yeah. And there's a reason why no one's really looking at these scenes, especially, you know, Toronto, Montreal. Like, our players are strong. We can go out there. Yeah. But no one knows about us.
That's fair. Yeah, I agree.
And having a tournament up here is important.
But it goes both ways. So
yeah.
I do see what you're saying.
Yes.
I agree with it.
I will say lately, because I've been doing the content creator game, streaming, stuff like that, trying to get it all up and ready. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy.
It's not easy. And sometimes you don't even know if you'll even get rewarded. Only till recently, one of those videos I've done, like where I went over Ana's Okazemi, is actually getting traction. And I did that in October, and now it's February, which I find that a little funny. But one thing I do want to mention as well is, I think it was 2016 Canada Cup when Tekken 7 was coming out. Eris ends up coming by, and he ends up saying like, "Oh, do you know what's really shocking? I never knew Canada that had that strong of a Tekken scene."
Yeah.
Like he was actually like really shocked about that.
I remember that.
So
I do remember. I remember playing him too. Like, I'll have pictures of him like a ninja, like trying to give him advice, and he's like, "What the hell's going on here?"
well, he thought you were nappy. Okay. But
yeah, like that year, what was it like? It was Eris, Tasty Steve, Punko, right? That year,
Yes.
and then the next year was JDCR.
Yeah.
And JDCR just wiped the floor at all of our players.
He was crazy. Like,
I didn't actually go to the 2017
I
camp.
played him in casuals and like, I got an ass whooping. But like, I learned a lot from that set. So
I actually think it was funny because I ended up running into Muhammad. I'm not sure if you guys know him.
Yeah, Noctis. Yeah.
Noctis, yeah. I think it was funny because I was randomly having to get to a match and just try to find someone, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, Luca, do you mind recording me fighting the best geese player in the world?" I'm like, "Okay, fine. Let's just do this."
Wait, was that this year?
Nah, the 2018 one. Yes.
2018? Oh, yeah, that last year's one against Pecos.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup. I played some casuals against him, and he's played such a different rhythm. That's the thing. We need more international talent to come down to Toronto and just Canada in general.
I've always said one of the biggest issues with Canadian play is we're all hyper aggressive.
We're ankle biters.
ankle biters.
No, but really, we're all hyper aggressive, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think in general most Canadian players tend to focus on offense more than defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what I think from what I've
Fuck
observed.
blocking. Blocking's
Exactly. Why block alone when you can just hop kick, right?
Yeah. That's why I made the joke. If you want to kill anyone in Canada, like when they have a little bit of health left, do a mid.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we've all gotten like.
There was a time during the 2016 Canada Cup. Like I'm playing American guy. And
I remember this.
He's playing Oscar against me, and I'm like, and every time he would get me low health, but then he would try to do lows to finish me off, and I would block him, low parry him, and I would end up taking the round from him and whatnot. Clean set. I beat him every round, and then he was like, "Why the hell? When you have this much health, why are you not like standing up?" And I'm just like, "I'm sorry, I'm from Toronto. We all just like all we do is." Do lows at I can't help it. He got so mad. He was like, I can't understand this. Like American play, they'll respect the mid and stand up.
No,
but we're like the low. We don't want to get chipped out like that. I'm gonna low parry that shit out of it.
Grab that leg.
So, any last thing you guys want to add?
People need to come out to the Toronto scene, check us out.
Yeah. For sure.
And where might me? You know what? I quit. I've had this job. I've had enough. All right. So where would we actually be able to find the Toronto scene?
There's actually many scenes that are starting to pop up. Like if you want to play Tekken on a Mondays, you can always come to Stun City. That's at the Hive, like near St. Clair Station.
Yep.
There's actually a new thing that's happening up near York University.
Oh.
At the Waves Gaming place. It's a new esports kind of arena, and it's gonna be bi-weekly starting next week Wednesday. Bi-weekly Tekken tournaments.
Oh.
Yeah, on Wednesdays. So that happens there, and then there's Basement. I don't know what's going on with Basement right now because there's been a little bit of a change.
Okay. Oh, I heard change in leadership.
Changing leadership. I don't know what's happening with that.
We're still gonna mention Basement because they have done a lot of Tekken stuff. Currently, so when that will get done and probably come back, we'll just see at that point.
And if you're more on the west side, you got you can still go Thursdays. You got Steel City in Hamilton, right at the One Up Games store.
Yep.
Yeah, like. Those are the ones I can primarily think of right now. But yeah, those are the spots you can definitely get some Tekken action. There's always something happening.
All right, awesome. And so, if we want to reach you guys, Mason, where can we reach you?
On Twitter at AvariceShadow.
Just Twitter, right?
Yeah, just really Twitter.
Okay. And what about you, Jermaine?
I go Onenappyninja on Twitter as well.
Okay.
One as in the word, not the number.
All right.
And yeah, Instagram as well, the same name. Don't add me on Instagram. I don't post nothing. I just looking at your thoughts.
See,
I don't add me. Don't add me.
Oh my
you have
God.
that for one thing. For one thing.
I post nothing.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm not paid no money to no Patreon for those pictures. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I wasn't ready for that.
I'm proud.
Oh my God. Okay.
I killed this man.
He's ready.
Okay. And so let's talk about your esports team.
Yo, so I represent the New Jersey-based Exit Wounds.
The comment left me with an exit wound. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Right, they holding it down, representing like one of the few teams out there that are looking at the Toronto scene, and actually there's a lot of Tekken players that have been picked up. Trying to get these guys out there. That's the goal.
Because I do actually believe we do have a lot of good talent in Toronto, like even Toronto, but especially Montreal, Ottawa. I'm not too sure about Vancouver.
So far, we got Toronto and Montreal, and then we also got Venezuela.
Yeah.
We got Kenya as well. Like we trying to get out there internationally.
Hey yo.
Yeah, of course. We picked up Squish too. Like wait for that bathwater combo.
Oh God. I did a joke about that. No, what was the worst thing? I'm just gonna do it again because I'm gross. Oh guys, you like bathwater?
Oh my God.
Every time like someone says bathwater, that just goes into my head, and I'm just like, just see some guy like, and it's like
I
Bath still a podcast?
it may or may not get edited out. It depends on the mood I feel like.
like bathwater hasn't been a word I put in my vocabulary until I started learning Eunice. I'm like, and then it's like now I have to know this terminology.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, I'm just gonna look up some tech, and it's like bathwater combo. I'm like, what?
Bathwater combos!
It's legit. It's a legit combo. And it actually does proper damage too.
I have to put that in now. Okay. Anyway,
Shout outs to Eunice getting into Evo. That's like,
Yeah. Bathwater combos.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Saturday it's gonna be a Saturday game, right? So it's like hopefully we're gonna see it on stage. Bathwater combos for real.
oh, just have a Hilda cosplayer in a bathtub while you're at it.
The imagery. The imagery.
Oh my God. She doesn't even have a red contact. It's just from the soap. So anyways, I'd like to thank my two special guests for showing up.
Thank you for having us.
No problem at all. No problem at all, guys. We had a great time. And anyways, I'll see you all next week.